What's going on, guys? Sam Adams here, and welcome to Decaf episode number 4. For those that have never seen this podcast series before, this is pretty much where I talk about an idea, a concept in content creation itself, rather than in the gaming culture that I often, make videos and make streams about. But content creation is a growingly complex side of the industry that more and more people are taking part in. And so, as somebody who has spent a good bit of time, making content and reaching out to people and networking and meeting friends and having a good time doing it, I thought that a podcast series based around the idea of content creation and kind of fleshing out my ideas in the way that I see what I do, I thought that sounded like a pretty good idea that people would enjoy. And so that's what Decaf is. If you want to check out the other episodes, I've done 3 other ones, but today we're going to be talking about staying in touch with your following, staying in touch with your friends, your community, whatever you want to call it, and doing that outside of the stream, doing that outside of the realm of YouTube, outside of Twitch, etc., whatever platform you might be on. How do you stay in touch with the people outside of the stream? And I'm going to go ahead and start off by saying this is incredibly important. I can't begin to stress how important it is that you stay in touch with the people that enjoy your streams outside of the time that you're streaming, or that enjoy your videos outside of the time that you are doing your videos. The goal for a content creator in 2018 is to be on the forefront of everyone's mind from the beginning of the day until the end of the day. And this is coming from a content creator's perspective, and then we'll switch perspectives here in a moment. If you can maintain somebody's attention via Twitter post, via Instagram, via YouTube, via Twitch, via podcast, whatever it may be, if you can maintain a lot of their attention throughout the day and just kind of be a force in the back of their mind, then they are going to be more engaged with your content across all of the platforms, whether it be Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, whatever you may be doing, that maintains engagement, and maintaining engagement takes a lot of effort. I'm not going to lie. It's very, very difficult to maintain a level of connection with your people throughout the day. That's why if you see me on Twitter, I'm literally on Twitter pretty much every hour of the day, and I'm talking like 24 hours. I mean, I might miss like 2 or 3 here at the night, but with that being said, I spend a lot of time on Twitter, and it's really a fantastic way to stay in touch with the people that have found you, with the people that have found your content, and with those that genuinely care about what you've got going on. Because one thing you have to realize is that the following count that you have on Twitch or YouTube or wherever you might be making content, the following count over there is going to translate over your social media in a fractional kind of way. It is going to be like if you have 1,000 followers on Twitch, you may have maybe 100 of those people that come over to see what's going on your Twitter page, the crossover between those two platforms is going to have a significant amount of loss. And so those that are communicating with you on Twitter or any other kind of social media platform are the ones that are really passionate about you and what you're bringing to the table. And so that means that if those people have taken the time to find you out, and those people have taken the time to reach out to you and link up with you on social media, those are the people you engage with. Those are the people that you like talking to. Those are the people that you reply to, etc., etc. Now, as the streams or your videos do grow, that will become more and more challenging to keep up with, and that's understandable. People understand that if you have 100,000 followers, you may not be able to reply to every single comment, every single message, every single email, etc., etc. But Twitter affords a great tool for streamers / content creators to use, where you can just drop a like, you can just, send back a GIF, which is incredibly simple. There are ways to communicate and maintain engagement with your audience that is a genuine kind of engagement that people will value and that people will see and that people will respect. And also on top of that, it's not about just maintaining engagement for the sake of maintaining engagement. You genuinely make friends. I can confidently say that via Twitch and YouTube, the people that have checked out my content, I have made many, many friends based off of the fact that they have liked my content, they have reached out and followed me on Twitter and stuff, and now it's like, I couldn't imagine, posting a tweet and not seeing them like something, or not seeing them reply, and I reply back and we start having a conversation. It's genuinely the foundation that begins a true friendship. I mean, I've had people that follow me on Twitter that are now modding for me on Twitch, and I feel like I know them in real life, even though I've never met them before, in my entire life. It's insane the connection that you can have to people based off of a social media platform, and so that's where Twitter really comes in handy. Sending messages to people, reaching out to people, following other streamers on the platform and seeing what they've got going on and networking and just becoming part of another community. It's a big, big part of the entire experience. And so, It's one that definitely needs to be taken advantage of and taken part in, and I would recommend that heavily. The other platform that I would recommend you using to maintain constant connectivity to your community is actually Instagram. For those that don't know much about Instagram, it's pretty much where you can post pictures and videos and these things called boomerangs to your page, and people can see them. And the algorithm is a little bit messed up right now, where you'll post something and it will show like 2 or 3 days later. But essentially, Instagram is great for showing the IRL side of what you do with your life, showing the AFK side of what you do. If you go to the dog park, post a picture of the dog park. People are used to seeing you in this kind of setting where you've got a green screen, where you've got audio mixers, where you've got mics and stuff. People know what that looks like, and you can post that stuff. But it's really awesome to see somebody go out and go for a run, or go to get some food, or go to Walmart and post a picture of some kind of funny like product they find, like Lucky Charms instead of Lucky Charms or whatever it may be. A shitty example, but you know what I mean. It's just cool to be able to see other content creators going out and living their lives, and that's kind of the value that Instagram affords, because you can see what people are doing outside of the streaming space and really develop a connection with them and learn more about their passions, about their hobbies, about what they do with their day. And it's a very cool thing to see. For instance, on Instagram, I normally post when I go for a run. I post updates about what I'm doing with my content, and all of this is done via my story, which is what I want to get into next. For those that don't know what an Instagram story is, it's essentially kind of like a subset of Instagram where you can post pretty much updates throughout your day that are gone after 24 hours. Snapchat had a similar feature that has been, ported over to Instagram in this sort of way. But essentially, this is fantastic for maintaining a constant connectivity to your people and showing what you're doing throughout your day that doesn't bother people with constant Instagram posts, because that can be very, very annoying. And so if you'll go on my Instagram, instagram.com/SamuelAdamsMedia, I try and post whenever I make a new content, whenever I'm making any kind of bread or anything that I bake, whenever I go for a run. Like I said, when I'm at school bored, I'll post a picture of like my feet with an interesting filter and like showing my shoes and be like, Tuesday, 2:30 or whatever, like some kind of stupid post that I make. But it shows people what you're doing, and it kind of maintains this level of understanding of like, wow, this dude's busy, or wow, this dude's great at doing X, Y, Z, etc., etc. It just creates a deeper level of connection with your audience, and that's a big, big deal. But those are pretty much the two main platforms that I use to stay in touch with my audience. And of course, you can try out Facebook and see if that's something that works for you, especially if you are a Facebook streamer. That is a big, big thing, because Facebook affords you the opportunity to post things like stories in the same way that Instagram can. And in fact, since Facebook owns Instagram, they work simultaneously. You can post to one and it goes to the other one. On top of that, maintaining a fan page or a main page where you can reach out to people and people can reach out to you is a great way to maintain, contact with the people that support you, especially, like I said, if you are a Facebook streamer. But for me, Instagram and Twitter are the two that tend to do the most work in my book. Another thing that you can do, and that I need to work on improving, is your connection to your community via Discord. Now, for those that don't know what Discord is, it's essentially kind of like an offline chat. There are different kinds of chat rooms within this one main hub, which is your channel. I believe this is all the correct terminology. But essentially, I have an announcements channel I have an announcements, section for, posting when I go live on Twitch or whatever platform I may be using that week. Hello. But I also post whenever I upload YouTube videos or when I'm doing Caffeinate, my morning show in the mornings. I also post to the general channel. I'm like, hey guys, how's your day going? And then I'll get a slew of replies. People can post when they're having life issues. People can post whenever they've got something going on that's major. It just kind of depends on the day, and it just kind of maintains this level of interaction where a chat becomes more of a family. Friends become more than just acquaintances. Well, that sounded weird. But essentially, everybody can maintain conversation, and Discord is a great way to do that. I cannot recommend that enough. Also, if you want to do some kind of like streamer follower day where you play with the people that follow you, or subscriber day, whatever it may be, you can make a channel in your Discord, a voice channel, that is so much better than any kind of, TeamSpeak or any kind of Skype call or anything like that. It's so easy to chat with people via Discord that it's pretty much the go-to for communication via gamers and content creators in 2018. And so those are pretty much the tips that I have for maintaining connectivity. But the one thing I want to really drive home is to be genuine. Don't just post on Twitter and Instagram because you want to promote your content. There is nothing that turns me off from somebody's page faster than going through and seeing that the only thing you have posted are links to your YouTube videos, are links to your Twitch page, and in general just promoting your content. Like, I get that you're out there, grinding or whatever, but for me, it is the interaction with the people that follow you. It is the interaction with other streamers that really shows me that you are passionate about what you are bringing to the table, and you are passionate about maintaining that love within your community and showing love to those that support you. That's what I kind of see whenever I'm looking at a Twitter page or an Instagram page or whatever it may be. However, I understand that life is busy, so just do what you can, if you want to take my advice and try this. Post, 3 tweets a day and 2 Instagram stories. That's like my bare minimum that I, kind of in the back of my mind, I'm like, yeah, I need to post something now. I haven't posted anything in a while. There's probably somebody out there that's wondering what's going on with my day. That's kind of how I run my show, so to speak. And so that's kind of what I would recommend, and give it a shot, see if it works for you, and see what your community thinks as well. Depending on your, type of content, depending on what you have with your community, they may not care. They may think, I'll just see you when you go live. But I guarantee you that networking is so much easier if you have a Twitter. Networking is so much easier if you have an Instagram, whatever it may be. Networking is the key, and you will make it a lot farther with your content if you do go ahead and put yourself out there on social media and put yourself out there to the world, because everybody loves, believe it or not, to see what you've got going on with your day. Even somebody like me that's a student and that sits in this room and makes content all day. So, if they care about me, surely they'll care about you. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this podcast. If you did, drop me a like down below. Or if you are on Anchor, go ahead and favorite the podcast. If you enjoyed it, give me some applause. And if you are on podcast services around the globe, be sure to leave me a rating. But I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you being here. And I will talk to you soon. Peace.